Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and the only Sir Hell Speaks in the building.
Salute, ladies and gentlemen. What's
Sir
going on with
Hell
you? It's the one
Speaks
of
in
the
the
only Sir Hell Speaks in the building. It's good to see everybody tonight. Glad that you're here. I think we're going to have a really good discussion. But before we do this, can everybody take a few moments? I want you to hit the like button. And if you are new to my space, I want to make sure that you hit the subscribe button so that you get all the updates for all of the content that I have coming out. Now, listen, tonight, I had a live scheduled for 7, but I pushed that back to tomorrow. But then I had another thought that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. So here I am live. So what's going on, everybody? It's a Monday evening. I hope that you guys are having a great day today. I hope that you guys are enjoying today. But we're in for a really quick discussion, but I think it's a good discussion. So do me a favor. It's been a while since I did my last live. Embrace what's going on with you. Good to see you. Listen, so it's been a minute since I've done my last live, but we're getting back into the swing of things. If you guys can do me a favor, tell somebody to come over here to Sir Hell Speaks podcast. We've got a great conversation tonight that I'm going to have. Again, this is completely impromptu, but I wanted to talk about something because I think it needs to be addressed. Now, listen, so what we're doing here at Sir Hell Speaks podcast is we are evolving the conversation. So even though we still talk about marriage and relationships, I think that there were some complexities in life that we have to address that we're going to spend a lot of time digging into so that when you have a marriage or a serious relationship, business relationships, that you know how to go into it from a healthy place. With this being said, I had a thought that I wanted to discuss, and I'm going to open this up in just a minute in case you have relationship questions. As you guys know, I am a relationship coach. There's one thing that in dealing with people in relationships and marriage, it's something that it is such a toxic thing to say, but I've heard a lot of people said in the context of an argument when people are comparing what they've done. The statement goes like this. In an argument, someone might say, all I asked you for is this, whatever this thing is. If a man is working hard, he says, I'll only ask for a meal to be cooked. Or if it's her, she might say to him, all I ask is for you to consider me and for us to have a date night, whatever that thing might be. And when this negotiation, this conversation is happening, the person who is asking for something often starts to state what they have done. So if he's saying, all I want is some dinner, I just want a meal to be cooked, he'll start to say, I work hard, I pay all the bills, I make sure you're protected, I take care of your needs. If she's asking for some time, she might say, well, I take care of the kids, I make sure your lunch is packed. And they start going into this. Once the person starts to list the things that they've done, the person who's being asked to do something, who is not, they say this one thing that I don't think that they are aware of how crazy they sound. They might say, I never asked you to do that. They may say, listen, if you've been in a relationship and heard these words, I never asked you to do that. You chose to do that. I never asked you to do these things. That was something you chose to do. I want you guys to really think about that statement for a moment. If you're with somebody and they're asking for very simple things that really is going to build the foundation of your marriage or relationship, whatever that might be, friendship, marriage, partnership, whatever, and you open up and your response to them when they are listing out the things that they are doing for you without you having to tell them, and your response is, well, I never asked you to do that. I don't think people realize how you lose good people. I don't think people really think through their statements. I don't think they think through what they're saying. Did you know what kind of blessing it is to have someone in your life that you do not have to give them an exhaustive list of what you want, but they are so intentional about you and being a benefit to your life, that they're willing to do things to improve your life without you having to say it, do you not know how blessed you are? Ladies who are watching this, gentlemen who are watching this, if you're with somebody and they do all these little things that you can live without, but those little things that they do make your life better, you have to make sure that in the context of an argument, a heated discussion of some sort, that you do not resort to saying, well, I never asked you to. Because when somebody loves you and they pay attention to you, the truth is you don't have to. Does it make sense? If somebody is intentional about being a blessing and a benefit to your life, they're not waiting on you to tell them everything. They're not waiting on you to give them a list of instructions on things that are going to make you smile. They are paying attention to your patterns. They pay attention to the things that are important to you. If you are a person who goes out to the gym, they might be the person who makes sure you have a case of water and your favorite protein. You don't need them to do that, but they do it because they're paying attention to you and they care about making your life a little bit easier. So when you have somebody who takes time and pays attention to you, the worst thing that you can say is, I never asked you to do that. Now, let me pause there for a second. Embrace, good to see you. Lady Anya, good to see you. Guys, does that make sense? Does that make sense? It is very important that we do not take the time and look at people who say, I've taken care of you, I'm here for you. And then because we're not even consciously thinking about our response to them, what we really are doing is trying to defend and trying to establish a sense of plausible deniability by saying, I never asked you to, because we don't want to feel like complete jerks. Instead of you making that statement, like, pause for a second, because you don't want to make it seem like you're accepting somebody's goods, and then when they're telling you and showing you what they've done, you just completely you slap them in the face, you stump it in the ground, and you show complete contempt when all they did was try to show you care. Everybody who's watching this, if you have had somebody you said this to, you need to go back and apologize. I never asked you to do that. I never asked you to be considerate. Think about what you said. I never asked you for these things. When they love you, you never have to. And if you do, it won't be a whole long conversation just to get those very basic things that you're asking for. So everybody, don't be so quick to respond in a heated discussion. Don't be so quick to just say something and to go into defense mode, because in the context of relationships, whatever these might be, this could be business, this could be marriage, this can be family. If you start to get defensive, you have to start really analyzing, what do you feel like you're defending yourself against? If y'all are supposed to be on the same team, then why are you becoming defensive? When you're in something healthy, the walls and the barriers that will prevent open communication goes away, so that clear communication can be established, and then we take this new information and then we improve and we build upon what we already have. All right, Dr. Steele, it's good to see you. Everybody, does that make sense? In any relationship, before you react and before you respond, particularly when you feel like you're up against a corner, don't just be so quick to say stuff. Be quick to listen, and make sure that you don't use your lips to formulate the words that I never asked you to, and instead consider the fact that you didn't have to ask them to, because they care about you just that much. All right, everybody, I told you that was going to be a quick live. Guys, let me know what you guys think about what I said. This is indeed a live, but I'd had to get that thought off. What do you guys think about what we talked about tonight? Leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys. Until next time, Sir Health Speaks is out the building. We'll talk with you guys again soon. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and the only Sir Health Speaks in the building.